Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Comic Book Geeks podcast. I am one of your hosts, JW Sims. We have Specs Thompson with us tonight, and Joey is here as well. And we're still waiting for Jonathan to get here. I think he might still be celebrating his birthday from yesterday. Maybe something's going on there. Who knows? I don't think it's a holiday today. Well, it is. It's Veterans Day. So, but Jonathan has a tendency to have made-up holidays. But I got to do something real quick and make sure we're on the right place. Yeah, that didn't work. There it is. All right. So I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff going on today. That the biggest thing I think is the passing of Kevin Conroy last night.
Yeah.
That's I read that I saw it this morning or this afternoon. I was like, holy crap.
He's gonna be Batman now.
Wasn't the Winchester dude Batman now? Anyway?
I'm not sure, like
Jason?
Oh, that I know who you're talking about, but I am not sure because I know, like in the Arkham games.
I think last animated movie, he was.
Batman. Yeah, because he hasn't done a lot of the animated stuff, but like he was still the Batman in the video games, and
he was just recently in Flashpoint, I believe. The TV series one. No,
yeah, because he was Kingdom Come Batman.
Yeah, he played the Kingdom Come Batman. Yeah. So we've been seeing a lot of the Kevin Conroy stuff today. A lot of people sharing their memories with Kevin Conroy. It's one of the few people I never did get a chance to meet that I wanted to, but there was somebody else who died today, and I was kind of saving it for John because I'm sure he would know who this person is. I told Joey earlier today, and he had no reaction, so he has no idea who it is.
The artist?
But the comedian Gallagher passed away today. He was the guy who would smash stuff with the hammer.
Oh yeah, he just had a special not too long ago, didn't he?
Yeah, he passed away this morning as well. So, and then earlier this week, I can never say his name. Poncio something. I can't. He's a Marvel artist.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, him. Yeah.
Yeah,
What special did he do?
Oh well, he didn't do a special, but I mean,
what series or artwork?
He's done a lot of things, but he came into prominence in Marvel when they kind of rebooted the X-Men. That one time when they added their names now. No, like when they added Maggot and Morrow and Dr. Celia.
Like 80s, like mid 80s?
90s. The 90s. It was after like
Jim Lee.
Jim Lee and Joe Madureira left, and then he came in, and I forget who they put on X-Men, and those were like that whole, or maybe Joe Madureira was on X-Men, and then he was on Uncanny. Then he also did a run on Fantastic Four that's really been, he did the Avengers Forever miniseries.
Okay.
And then he's done a lot of stuff, but he passed away this week as well. So there was that. And I'm trying to see if he still hasn't seen, so I don't think he's coming.
Yeah, I've had him in this, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll, because he hasn't even looked at the notification or the messages yet. So, and then the only other news thing that I had, because I thought John would have a lot more for me, but was that I don't know if it's rumored or if it's true, but supposedly Tom Holland has signed on to do another Spider-Man trilogy.
So I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but I seen that the way Black Panther ended or stuff is set up, that might have a trilogy afterwards.
Yeah. I've seen about the post-credit scene. If you heard about that,
well, I heard it wasn't one.
It is one.
Oh,
it's the mid, the mid-credit scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It sets up. I don't want to say.
You do. You want to say it?
I mean, I do, but I don't want to. I mean, the movie just came out today, so I don't want to spoil it for everybody.
But
it sets up the Black Panther going forward. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I guess the gist. Does it have something to do with like the special forces or special like force they got or something?
No. This has to do with T'Challa. Just put it that way.
Okay.
And a what's the word? An heir.
Oh yeah, we already knew about that.
We already knew about that?
Yeah.
How did you know about that? They just revealed it.
I don't know, but I knew that already.
In the comics, he had one, but this
but
has
in the movie, yeah. That's why she's alive in the movie, and they kept like they in the recent book that came out. I think it's called "The Protectors of Wakanda." The author did an interview, and it said that Marvel let her do whatever she want to do in that book, right? But she can't have to keep referring to Nakia as being dead in the past tense the whole time, because in every iteration of Black Panther, she's dead. But in the MCU, she's still alive and a main character and all that. And somehow I knew that, like before the interview I just told you about, I knew it already. That's how they was gonna bypass everything, like going like almost setting up kind of for like a Young Avengers or the same little age range as Wiccan and the other little boy, Speedy or whatever his name is.
So.
But yeah, I thought that was like, I don't know if that was leaked from the script, or I knew that I really thought they stated that. I don't know how that information.
That was the mid credit scene where they reveal that, and then
so is there time skip involved, or do you know?
I don't know, like how they're gonna what they're doing with it,
because
I think it will be explained probably in Secret Wars. Because I feel like that's how they're gonna try to do it.
Fix a lot of things.
Because it got to be a time. Well, it got to be a time skip. If Deadpool takes place before 2025, right? No, 28.
Yeah, the time thing is all screwed up in the MCU.
Yeah, so
because like
they're 3 years.
Spider-Man takes place at a different time,
and so Endgame took place in 2023, right?
Yeah, then they had the 5-year jump.
Okay, so Deadpool, Logan was 2025. No, 2020, 28. So it has at least be like a 5-year time skip. So we can jump over that Logan thing, so nobody has to talk about it.
Yeah, because in the comics, T'Challa's heir was his child with Storm.
Huh?
Okay, in the comic books, Storm and T'Challa have a child, a son.
I thought he already had one walking around, like currently.
Well, that's what I mean.
So that was her son? I didn't know that.
Well, no, in the MCU, it's not Storm's son. It's somebody else's.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about in the comments.
Yeah, it's him and Storm's son.
I did not know that. Let me I don't wanna Google. How can I Google this without spoiling the movie for me? I thought his name was like to.
Oh, I did read it today too, and I can't. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
I can go to his wiki. I can just type Black Panther wiki. Maybe I can.
Wiki.
But film character, Marvel Cinematic Universe, 616. Yeah, I thought he had a son walking around now, but he's like rebellious or something going on with him.
Oh, you got the hiccups too. What in the world?
I was like, relatives. Relatives? Is that what I go to?
Probably.
It doesn't say he has any children.
All right, here I found that.
Takaka. Oh my god, I know he had his freaking. They probably deleted it so we could. Then they delete it so we can't find it.
It says there's an interesting precedent for T'Challa having a son in the pages of Marvel Comics, albeit in different set of circumstances. Azari, the son of T'Challa and Oro Monroe, becomes the Black Panther of Earth 555-326. The home of the animated movie. Oh, it's in the animated movie next.
Oh, I could just type in T'Challa's son. Screw it. Well, apparently is one of the most Google things. It came up so many different ways, but I can skip it. Yeah, only one I seen is one you talking about. I thought it was another one. Like I thought his name was gonna be like Chaka or something like that, but
T'Challa. Isn't that his dad's name?
His dad's name is. I just skipped over it.
Come on, Joey. You should know this.
Yeah, that's the dad. The son had. It was like. I don't know, man. I can't. Because when I first started writing my comments, before I had the view, I was gonna try and pitch an idea for Marvel and DC. So my own little story is gonna be like the sons or daughters of certain characters. So for DC, I had Starfire and Nightwing's kid, and for Marvel, I looked up Storm's children, like whatever they had in the future. Yeah, and I picked Storm's kids. She had 2 kids with Logan, and I had picked up them. But
she also has another one in a different world. Like it was Factor X comic series, and then she came over at the end of that weird Uncanny X-Men before the Krakoa thing, where she's this vampire. Remember, she had like the white.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I know in Kingdom Come that's
like
when
Bloodstorm.
It's like Darkstorm or something. I can't remember. It's Nightwing and fucking Nightwing and
Starfire.
Starfire's kid. And I'm trying to think of what. Yeah, Nightfire, because it's like both of their names put together.
Yeah.
And then there's I Am Not Starfire, who is Starfire's kid, but it's kind of led on that it's also Dick Grayson's, but we don't know. But I don't know. That book was
so
also
if they had another kid, its name would be like Starwing.
I don't
know. It would be
if you have Darkfire, then you have Starwing.
What was his Richard?
Oh yeah. He didn't want to be called Dick anymore. He was Richard.
Or it could go with Deathwing. Because they still got to use that moniker. They still haven't used that yet.
Yeah.
Or Redfire, because it was also Dick Grayson was Red X for that short time.
Well, have you read the?
No, I don't think he did.
I don't know. There's a lot of comics I haven't read. So.
Red X is now comic book canon now.
Yeah, but he's like his own thing. He's not Nightwing.
But he was like real. So everything in the Teen Titans cartoon was canon. So everything happened there was canon. So they're having a birthday party for Dick, and somebody stole the costume.
Yeah,
seen
someone
that.
gives him the mask,
Yeah,
the Red X mask. It's been Dick, it's been this other person, and now it's a third person. Like
yeah,
a
it's
younger
5 total,
kid.
right? 5.
Red X
Yeah.
is basically the very first Red Hood. Because
Well,
basically
when Red X actually shows up in the comic books, it's a girl who's Red X. So, yeah.
there was because it was the one time Nightwing or Robin, I think it was Nightwing was fighting Red X, and they removed the mask. It's like some nerdy kid wearing that costume. Because I remember seeing that in one of the comics whenever they were fighting. But I can't remember which comic that was.
So did Titans Academy get canceled, or they just haven't done anything because of Dark Crisis?
I think it just ended like at the beginning of that one issue with Dark Crisis was the end of it. I mean, it might come back as a new issue 1, but
There's
like
so many
over.
so many cliffhangers.
I know.
Like who do you think that boy is? The boy who's like a Kryptonian but not a Kryptonian. What's his name? Who they thought Red X was at first, and they're like, "No, I'm not Red X. I'm really just."
Oh yeah. I can't remember what his name was.
You think he's a Kryptonian or he's something else?
I don't think he's a Kryptonian. No, it's probably one of. He'll end up being like an experiment.
You think he's
Like
he's another clone of
like Superboy?
Zod?
Or probably a clone.
Zod and Raja.
A clone of a clone.
Yeah, he's a clone of Superboy and Bizarre. No.
Bizarro Super. Yeah, he's still walking around too, ain't he?
Yeah, he's a good guy now. He's part of the
Outlaw. He's with Red Hood and that one girl. I can't remember. It's been for a while because he's never wanted to be a bad guy. He was just
in the thing with Suicide Squad. He got left in the little hell thing with the vampire chick.
I don't know.
Remember they fought Earth 2, right?
Oh yeah.
But he was with the vampire chick.
I don't know. This is DC you're talking about, where each comic has their own continuity, and
and then it just gets confusing because you never know which one is which. Like you don't know what's going to be canon and what's not because if it's
all canon, that's the whole problem.
So if he's on the Outlaws, that team is broken because now they got a Superman on it and they beating up regular people.
And they have the bad Wonder Woman. So they got the bad Superman, the bad Wonder Woman,
and the bad Batman.
The bad Batman.
Sounds about right. It sounds like a almost Justice League. They just need. Oh, they also have not Speedy, but
Duke.
I think it's Duke, the guy who was trained by Green Arrow, and he has like the cap and everything because he was with Starfire for a while.
Oh, Red Arrow, but
yeah,
but he's not part of that comic anymore.
So when he says Red Arrow, you mean Arsenal or you mean a whole?
Yeah, Arsenal.
I don't think Arsenal because he doesn't have the robotic arm.
No, but it's still Roy Harper.
Because he's a clone. It's just that Arsenal is the one with the robotic arm, and then the other clone doesn't. He's the one who was replaced to still be trained with Green Arrow.
So where's Connor Hawke at then?
He was just in Robin, didn't you read that?
No, he left.
I know, but that's the last time you saw him was in Robin.
Oh, I thought I said something about reading another story that he popped up in.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah, it was something about when he left. He went to go meet up with Green Arrow, somebody else, and something happened.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, so that Robin stuff.
But I was looking through. I haven't got all the books that came out Wednesday yet, but I was just looking through the list, and I think it's an Image. There's a comic book that came out. It might maybe it's not Image, but I was like, oh, Specs has to read this one. Because it's called Specs. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that on the solicitors like a while back. Yeah.
Yeah. was like, Specs better read this book.
That would be the second book. I think a book we read. Hey, we didn't read the part 2 of that book.
Of what?
It was a book about a guy talking to a vulture or something the whole time, and he went to that town. They go kill on people, and the old lady set him up before he went to the town. Then like all the women killed the guy at the end. Married to a town full of women that he went to go save.
I didn't read. I bet you that was one of Phil's books.
Oh man, I don't remember the name of it.
Was
but
it
yeah,
the
some guy? He was like
above blood or above ground or
something. Like he was like super drunk or whatever. And he just moped around.
Yeah, I think that's that one.
Yeah, he was talking to a vulture or something.
Above the snakes, the snakes or something. Yeah. But let me just check and see if I have any other news.
I just watched Morbius. This is on Netflix. The movie's not that bad, but
no,
it's bad because the villain,
Jared Leto,
the villain, and like the whole thing. Oh yeah, like the whole. I'm cool with the what's going on and how they playing it. Like certain little tidbits like mess me up. Like the stuff in the trailer is not there at all. What else?
Go figure.
When he told the dude that I am Venom, like I'm supposed to know that who Venom was. Like we're supposed to know it's like a spinoff. The whole villain thing was stupid. The end fight was stupid. His powers never explained. What else? Him not knowing a girl drunk his blood, even though she like lit her lips before, like. I was like, man, like I see what people complain, but like, I mean, I'd rather see a part 2. You know, maybe it'd be him versus the lizard or something. You know, but. That villain, like, I read him just fought the FBI agents the whole movie instead. Like that, him fight his best friend was so like stupid.
Oh, that was the one doctor, isn't it? From Doctor Who?
Doctor Who, yeah.
Yeah, Matt Smith was
Matt
in
Smith.
it,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was so stupid. Then the final fight was nothing. He does the energy ball with the bats to kill the dude. I was like, man, like, what is this?
Speaking of Doctor Who, though, this is something that I think Dad would know more about because he watches it. But David Tennant is back.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
he's only going to be on for a couple episodes.
Yeah,
next season, and then
they're getting the one dude that they originally had planned.
The Black Doctor. Yeah.
At least they're going back. Hopefully,
because Disney is doing the distribution rights in America, so the new episodes will be on Disney Plus whenever it comes back. And they think it's going to change a little bit because Disney's probably putting some money into it. So they're probably going to be Americanized a little bit.
Oh Lord!
Because like that was one of the rumors that the next Doctor is going to be an American, be the first American Doctor.
So, does Disney have any British type things besides Mary Poppins?
Depends on what you talk. I mean, a lot of their cartoon stuff, like the characters were British, but they weren't.
Yeah, but they're all played by Americans.
Americans,
yeah. So, but I mean, only I know was like Mary Poppins, like with their little accent.
Yeah, I can't think of.
I don't know, it's because Walt Disney was kind of racist, and I don't know.
Well, yeah,
he was kind of racist.
This little.
I don't know about just kinda. I don't know.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I'm sure he probably had a white sheet in his closet. So,
do y'all think they're gonna like bring him back alive? Like, you think somebody really gonna do it? Like,
that or they'll put him in a black body.
I bet whoever does their like accounting sheets be like, why is so much money going towards his room over here? Like, what's in his room? Because I'm pretty sure that wherever he's in.
Why is this electric bill like why is the electric bill so high?
I'm pretty sure wherever he's in is like so out of date. Like it's like Darth Vader's suit is just out of date. Just everybody got better stuff than that.
He's probably just in a freezer, like one of those like walk-in freezers at McDonald's. He's probably laying in there.
No, the old freezers from the Tom and Jerry cartoons when they got the ice block.
Oh my gosh!
Well, the Home of Tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow World. Yeah, he's still stuck in there.
What? I had seen this thing. It says new Pokemon promo sparks fears of the anime ending.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that before the show. Yeah.
You talking about what? Ash winning for the first time? Or second
Well,
time?
no, they're talking about that they might
the anime
actually
just ending.
end
because it actually because it happened. Like in most animes, it'd be like, I want to be the very best, and no one ever wants. He is the very best now. So
yeah,
and anime rules is over. When Luffy becomes the Pirate King, it's over. When Naruto became Hokage, it was over. So like,
not really though, because they decided to continue, which they should have just ended. They should not have made Boruto.
Well, see, it's Boruto, not Naruto. See how they did that?
Yeah, but it's just about a kid who thinks his dad's dumb because he doesn't spend time with them, even though he's trying to protect the village.
Well, he has seen the Shadow Clone out there a couple times to pretend.
Yeah. But then there's the fact that now we already know that Naruto is going to be dead because he no longer has Kurama. So, and it's already been told by the creator of the manga that he does not have plans to keep Naruto, Sasuke, or like any of the original cast alive.
I mean, no point. Just knock him off. But see, but they gonna kill off Sasuke, but they got a spin-off series on him coming out soon, so they gonna keep that money rolling.
Did you? There was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, have you watched Andor at all?
Me or your son?
You. I know. I already asked Joey.
Oh yeah. I'm a Star Wars fan. Yeah.
All right. So you see that like Andy Serkis is in Andor, right?
Yes.
He plays like the older prisoner that.
Yeah,
it's like the head of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The prison, the cell block king, whatever.
Yeah. But I was like, wait, he's been two characters in Star Wars now.
But he was an alien the first time.
Well, he was Snoke.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, is this guy Snoke? Are they trying to...
They're gonna later on become Snoke.
No,
they do that a lot though with Star Wars actors. They play most. Of so.
But some of them you didn't know played, like the guy who played Boba Fett. Jeremy Irons, Jeremy Bullock. He also played like a Imperial officer, but you couldn't because he has a helmet on, so you can't tell. Yeah. So like some of the pilots, the X-wing pilots played other characters too, but they weren't
like stormtroopers are like people who played stormtroopers probably played a couple other characters than just stormtroopers.
Well, I think they got the boy who played Anakin played a different character in Revenge of the Sith. Well, no, or the sequel trilogies. He came back, but since he's not Anakin, he played somebody else. Somebody else. God, just lost my train of thought. Oh, Darth Maul, the guy who plays him. He never speaks. So
he can play
back in Han Solo, it was a guy from the animated series who played his voice.
Yeah.
But he was the guy in the suit. So I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. But he's playing the same character.
Yeah, but it's funny though, because you think about like why he didn't reprise his speaking role, then you remember he never spoke at all in the Phantom Menace.
No, he did say he had one line, I think.
and you can't remember it, so it's irrelevant.
It was such a small, like probably small thing that never happened. Like the only other thing that happens is the groaning noise that he makes when he gets cut in half. Like the only other voice you probably hear is that slight like.
Because I remember when Joshua was a baby, I had the cardboard cutout of Darth Maul, and it had like this motion thing. When you walk past it, it would talk. And I can't remember exactly what he said. It's when he was talking to Darth Sidious, when they're talking through the hologram kind of communication they have in Star Wars.
And did y'all watch the Tales of Jedi?
I haven't watched it. I watched a little bit of the first episode.
The Tales of Jedi makes me want to know if Dooku got his way and Qui-Gon didn't die, would it have been like a bigger war than it really was, because he would have had Qui-Gon and Anakin on his side, then he would have had, then it would have been Sidious and the Empire, and Qui-Gon would have had the Separatists, then the Republic would have had the Jedi, so it'd been like a triangle like war type thing.
Yeah, if if Qui-Gon never died, Dooku would have never went to the dark side because Qui-Gon dying is
they would
have became on Grey Jedis, if anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
they would have both been Grey Jedis.
But they never would have fully went to the dark side, because in the Clone Wars they have that universe when Yoda has that vision where Dooku's not he never became a Sith because Qui-Gon never died. It's because
Dooku never became a Sith.
Yeah. Well, so he's not a Sith. But
no, he's not a Sith Lord.
Yeah,
he's just a dark force
user. He was in dark side in the episode. That's why he ran to Sidious and be like, "What you doing? Why are you doing that? You're doing too much." Because he was already dark side even when Qui-Gon was a Padawan. Because for you to use a force grip, a force choke, whatever you want to call it, that's a dark.
You have to be a dark force user.
Yeah,
but you don't have to be a dark. You don't have to be a dark force user to use force lightning. You can't use anything besides green lightning.
Well, the grip, not lightning, the grip.
I know, but I'm just saying that lightning is one of the powers that are also told to be a dark side power, but there is a light side force lightning, and it was used by what's his name? It's the one alien dude that has like the tusks that come down.
Talking about the orange guy, Plo
Koon, yeah, because he had force lightning as well, and but it was like green instead of blue or red.
Yeah, the red lightning is force drain.
Yeah, which is the strongest form of it.
Then your styles, like Mace Windu, his style is the dark side style. So like
he has the.
That's why he had a purple lightsaber. It was a mix of the.
His style was like bad.
Yeah.
Because he was a bad motherfucker.
Hey, you got Samuel L. Jackson to play him, of course. I just wish they didn't kill him off the way he did, though.
They did.
He didn't die.
Well,
he's not dead.
But they haven't brought him back, and it sucks because
they kind of have, but you just haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, because Mace Windu is awesome. He's like one of the coolest fucking force wielders. Because he's also the only.
Well, he's the one that made the Emperor. Like,
yeah.
Because he turned the lightning back on him and made him get all burnt.
Yeah.
So wait, did that happen to him in all three movies? Like the Sith, the Return of Jedi, and the Last Skywalker?
I think so. They used his own lightning against him. Maybe he should quit using it.
I don't know if you play the video games, but like in Battlefront, that move is so overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of those two newer Battlefront games. It wasn't.
I played Battlefront 2 once, and I was doing the Heroes versus Heroes thing. I was playing as Darth Vader, and I just chased down Yoda and like slaughtered him.
Was that recently when Anakin and Obi-Wan's around, or back in the day?
It was It was I don't remember. It was because of Battlefront 2. You could just like you could be Anakin and Darth Vader on the same team.
Okay, so that's recently, yeah. So now it's
Yeah.
like super competitive. Like you really gotta like know what you're doing.
I played it very recently. Like I think it was only probably 2 months ago when I played, but it was probably because I never played it that I got stuck with like newer based players. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's basically like if you go in at level 2 and somebody's level 100, that level 100 one is gonna beat you no matter how good you are.
Yeah.
They got so many perks and all kind of stuff. Nice. It's wild.
Wickety whack. There was something. Let me see if there was something else I wanted. Don't want to spoil SmackDown for anybody, but the Usos beat the New Day to become the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champs ever.
So was that 3 years?
It's a little bit. It's like, let me see. I can't remember exactly how many days. It's like over 2 years, I think. Oh no, it's 483 days. So that's how
Almost
long
2.
they've been tag team. Yeah, it's what 2 years and 6 months, 2.5 years.
You think it changed because Triple H get back where he needs to be at?
Well, they've always, I mean, for 2.5 years, like I know, like for a while they were trying to like erase some people from the records that they didn't like anymore. Like when the New Day broke the record, they broke Demolition's title like record, and those guys had a falling out with the WWE at one point. So Vince wanted to erase their record off the books. And then, of course, with CM Punk, how he had the longest modern day reign, and now they've had Roman Reigns, and they don't even talk about CM Punk's reign. They just like skip over it.
Is that why Raymond merged the two titles together?
Well, I just think they did that because they wanted to have like one champion. Because there's been talk that they were going to like put them real like for all intents and purposes, there is no roster split anymore. Because you see guys on both shows all the time, and without there being show specific titles, there's no use of having two separate rosters. But I have a feeling they're either going to split the titles back apart, or they'll like bring back another title to be like the main title on one of the other shows, because they really have to elevate the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title to make it worth something. So that might be why they're doing the stuff with the U.S. title now, with having Seth Rollins hold it and having Bobby Lashley go after it. And then was it the pay-per-view or last week's Raw, I think it was, when they had what the heck's his name? Austin Theory cash in his Money in the Bank title for the U.S. title. Try to like elevate it. So we'll see. I like WWE a lot better since Triple H took over. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's like everybody's saying.
Yeah. They've brought back a lot of guys, like a lot of wrestlers and stuff. So I guess a lot of people are like, oh, I'll come back and work for you now because Triple H. And I noticed it's a lot of the guys who started in NXT under Triple H is who he's bringing back. Guys that Vince got rid of that were Triple H, like guys Triple H hired to begin with. Mm-hmm. So, and I like bringing back the OC to have that and going against Finn Balor, because Finn Balor is like the one who started the Bullet Club.
So you think Triple H is going to have new writers come in, or they still can do that in-house writers thing only?
I don't know. Like, they tried that in the WWE for a while where Vince had, like, Hollywood writers come in. And they were okay doing, like, the backstage, like, story stuff, but they weren't good at, like, writing matches and, or they would just, like, that's when we started getting all of like the soap opera stuff, like all that kind of romance stories and everything. And we shall see.
See, I bet Jonathan thought it was gonna be Saturday.
Yeah, I bet you he's still like, celebrating his birthday. Because he hasn't even checked the messages yet. So there's that.
Hey, that was me last week.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
So,
I'll take this medicine. I'll be okay.
yeah,
Wake up like 2:15. 12:15. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was busy because I had to help renovate the house, so I wasn't able to join the last 2 weeks.
Oh, but I know y'all talked about last week, but X-Men versus Eternals, man. Oh my god, like the ending. I guess not an Omega.
we were going to talk. Since you weren't here last week, we didn't talk about it. We waited for you.
Yeah, man, that was so. I mean, to me, they just did like, oh, that's what they did in Death Metal. So let's do the same ending, but instead of using Wonder Woman, just use
Ajax
instead. Same thing as Wonder Woman. Same exact thing.
Yeah, it was like after it's over, I was like, okay, so what did it change except for now the humans know that the Eternals are like worse than the mutants because they actually kill people to stay alive?
But then, so now everybody's going to be reborn with the ear, the eggs, or their little machine thing. So what was it, 18 billion?
Yeah, but they're helping people who are like sick and children and stuff first. So they're like, they can't hate us for bringing back like sick children.
Yeah. So, but my thing was when Celestial, when he died or found out he's unworthy, and he said he gonna turn everything back. Why he didn't bring back all dead people too? Then the stupid plot point they brought up, I called it. I don't know if anybody else called it. The whole Sinister thing, how he didn't get judged because he's not the real Sinister.
Yeah,
the other guy is. So that I kept seeing that plot point, but I was like they're not going to talk about that or allude to the other guy who's in the sewer somewhere. Yeah, they just gonna like pop it out of nowhere for the sins of Sinister. Like, oh yeah, remember we was talking about this? Oh, now here it is. But
yeah, there's like 5 of us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'd be good because that'd be like one for every like. They have the one with the heart on his head, one with the spade, one with the clove, one with the what's I missing? Diamond heart.
Diamond. Yeah, that's the original one with the diamond.
Yeah, diamond heart, club, spade. That's all. That's 4. Yeah. So then the original one that doesn't have one, I guess, it'd be the 5 Sinisters.
Essex.
Yeah. Yeah. So that makes sense though, but like, I'm not like I said, I read that more for the X-Men stuff, but how they have Nimrod just walking around, just no care in the world, like that's the guy who's gonna do the end of the mutant thing. Like, why is it so nonchalant about him? Like, y'all supposed to get rid of him, but y'all like, I don't know.
Yeah,
just like the Celestial said, like, oh, y'all working with y'all enemies right now to defeat me. Like, I don't know. It's just weird plot holes that they probably already wrote fixes for later on, like the fall of the Fall of X stuff. But it's so ahead, like we were seeing it now. It's just like I don't know. We're gonna wait 2 years for the Fall of X. Then they're going back to New York and living. Like, how's that?
Well, because they finally brought back the mansion recently.
What you mean?
The X Mansion, because Logan had to go there. Logan and Deadpool.
They go there every like 10 issues though.
because Danger was there.
Yeah, then before that, Morgan. Then before that, the freaking Jean Grey clone was there.
So it was like, and I was like, how did it get back to the original spot that it was? Because you remember it was like in Limbo, and then it was in Central Park.
So, what school is that? Is that the Jean Grey school?
No, it's the Xavier School for Higher Learning.
Okay, what about Jean Grey school? Where's that at?
I don't know what happened to it. Maybe it got destroyed along the way somewhere.
Then another thing,
Logan closed it.
Another thing, me and my friends was talking about. None of the kids go to school anymore. They just run around the island.
Around the island, like we don't got to learn crap anymore. What did they ever learn there, anyways?
I didn't know. Was it like real school for like high school kids? Or
it was supposed to be like, and then they also learned like they had regular classes, and then they had like other like superhero-y classes.
They would have like.
That was only for the people who's gonna be
X-Men that wanted to actually be
new mutants. New mutants.
New Mutants is what they would start out as.
Could they beef with Emma Frost's students all the time?
Yeah, the it was just there.
And not the Hellions, is it?
Hellions, yeah. Because I was like, there's one of them that's named what the group's name used to be. Yeah, the Hellions. And they wore those purple and silver outfits that looked totally 80s.
So, I mean, I don't know. I want the school to come back because it don't make sense. Like, I comic book logic, I know what's going on. They probably putting like K through 12 information in their head, with the psychic powers. Like, okay, here's everything you're going to need to know from K through 12. All right.
Yeah. Well, I teach it to you. I'm just going to plant it in your head, and we can go.
Yeah, because that's what they made a point in the recent storyline. They said, well, so and so died, and we're just gonna put a brief thing of what happened when they died in their brains. So, but they're not gonna know why they died. They know they died from whatever. I was like, that's stupid. You're not gonna tell me how I died, so now I'm gonna go back in battle and die the same way again.
What's there was? Have you been reading the main X-Men book?
Well, I literally just finished the storyline, so anything newer, I haven't read.
So you haven't read where Forge and Caliban go into the whatever that place is called, like it's inside Master Mold, like where.
Oh, what
where Sync?
Last thing I seen Forge do, I don't know. I might have Master Mode.
Yeah, like there's they call it the Vault.
Oh, he was in the Vault.
Yeah, because remember that's
no, I haven't seen that yet.
Because he went into because he was getting a reading of a mutant in there, so they thought it was Darwin. Because remember Darwin?
Yeah, I was about to ask what happened to Darwin.
And so he went in to rescue Darwin, and he has Caliban like on his he made Caliban into this like thing that he wears part of his suit, and he uses Caliban's head on, and he's using Caliban to track that mutant. And when they find it, here it's not Darwin.
So has Darwin been? I thought Darwin died inside the vault.
Well, they thought so too, but he was picking up that there was a mutant in there, so that's why they went in, because they thought it was Darwin. Because only the three went in, and
one
came out, Sync came out, and then they brought Laura back.
And they never brought Darwin back.
Because they didn't know the protocols. You're not allowed to bring somebody back until you know they're dead.
Oh, so they think he probably adapted to
something?
Because
that's how X Factor. Remember when that came back? That was their job, to investigate disappearances of mutants, so they could. Well, when he gets in there and to where they are, and he opens this thing, here it's old woman Laura. She's still alive. So now they're like, "Oh crap! Now we have two Lauras." So what are they going to do with this now? Like, you can't just kill the one and say, "Oh, we made a mistake. You're The real one's still here. We got to kill you off.
What? I thought. I mean, that problem, yes, but isn't that another problem? Because isn't somebody in space too? Because remember, Nimrod captured somebody.
Oh yeah, and the Oakrus thing. I don't remember. The whole Oakrus thing gets confusing. They've been doing that in like X-Men Red, I think, where what's her name? The green-haired woman.
Yeah, see, I love X-Men Red. Like that storyline's cool, but they need to take that out and give Sword back their own storyline again. Like I don't know why they're merging X-Men Red and Sword like that. That's so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, because in the newest issue of X-Men Red, they revealed that Cable has Wolverine claws.
Like come out his bones?
Well,
they come out of his arm.
It's a techno-organic arm. So it's... But he has... Yeah, I know. Because when I first seen the picture, it made me automatically think of the Ultimate Universe. Because, you know, in that universe, Cable is Logan from the future.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, when they finally reveal him, he's Cable and he pops his claws. So Cable's old man Logan in the Ultimate Universe.
So
but Logan is also the father of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the Ultimate Universe. And he sleeps with Scarlet Witch.
And then Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are bumping nasties with each other. So it's like a whole family reunion.
So that's why that universe had to blow up, I guess.
Yes. Yes. The only thing good that came out of the Ultimate Universe was Miles.
Nick Fury?
Yeah, that one as well, yeah. I forgot that the Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury is.
And the Reed Richards with the long head.
Oh yeah. The evil Reed Richards. What do they call him? The
Mastermind or something?
Mastermind.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not Mastermind because Mastermind's an X-Men villain. He's
Hold on, I'm gonna look this up real quick.
I know
it's something dealing with intelligence. He's like a super smart character.
Yeah.
We got Nick Fury, we got Miles, we got Reed Richards,
and they brought
come back too.
No, not that Venom, but they did bring back.
I thought about that Smart for Spider-Man, and Miles was like, "What?"
I don't know. I know they brought back Logan's son, the blonde-haired one, James Hudson.
Yeah.
Hudson.
Well, he was always in the universe. It's just that they just stopped doing anything with him for a while.
Well, yeah. Well, no, he wasn't in the 616. He got brought over at the end of the Ultimate Universe.
But
Marker is his name. The Maker.
Marker,
yeah.
So
his
son should be dead, but since they bring back everybody and whatchamacallit, he's finally in the.
Well, he's not dead though. He's not dead. When did they kill him? Because he was one of the Venom things.
When both guys came in the same name, the guy from Alpha Flight.
No, because he was in that story when they were still the weird X-Men.
Yeah,
and he got taken over by one of the symbiotes.
The last time I seen him was when the Hunt for Wolverine.
Oh no, it was after that. Was James Hudson in Hunt for Wolverine?
I believe so.
He was in that
because they had to fight him.
Is it X-Men Red?
Recently?
Or X-Men Gold, where they had weird variations of the X-Men? Like it was one of those. So it had he was the Wolverine. It had Bloodstorm was the Storm. It had weird things. I think it was Jean Grey.
See, I didn't read. Like I said, last time I read X-Men was Hunt for Wolverine. So anything when Kitty Pryde was the leader of the X-Men, I didn't read none of that.
No. Yeah, it was during that time, and I know he wants me to get on Fork Fight. I'm not getting on now because you were at Walmart a long time ago, and I told you I'd get on and wait for you, and I got on and played games, and you never got on. So then I had to get off to do the show. So you'll have to wait till after we're done. So
Which
yeah, we haven't got to comic books yet, so you're gonna have to wait, Matthew.
well, we're talking about comic books, but not the comic books that we're supposed
Yeah.
to read.
But yes, but they did that storyline with the symbiotes where they were like taking over everything.
Talking about
It was like an X-Men and Venom crossover, and it was when they had all the young X-Men when they were still here, and
no,
all the X-Men.
The young X-Men went away before Wolverine came back.
Yeah, but Wolverine. This is while Wolverine was dead, and they did like they had Old Man Logan was here, and then they brought in James Hudson, and he was the Wolverine on like the young X-Men.
Oh.
And then he got turned into a symbiote, and it was like at that other place, like he left, and then they killed off like all of them. Remember? Then the X-Men came, and they were like they killed off everybody. And you're like, this is the most stupidest run of X-Men on Uncanny X-Men I've ever seen because they're killing off everybody. And then we found out why they killed off everybody, so they could bring them all back in. That the whatever what was Dawn of X or whatever.
Oh yeah. You seen they bring back Duke? The little orange, green little block guy who's the cameraman for the X-Men.
Really?
Yeah, he was in some of the little panels in the
Glue. Yeah.
I was like, hey, I've been looking for him, and he's finally back. I was like, oh, there you go.
He was in Ecstatics. Is that where he started? In that Ecstatics book that was like what took over for X-Force back in the like early 2000s.
Yeah, something like that.
Dead Girl and all.
I don't know where he started, but I knew he was like the cameraman. Like wherever they needed stuff, he can just pull it out of his mouth or pull it out.
Like he's Slimer.
Yeah,
that's all he is. And he's not a mutant; he's an alien. So there's that.
Well, he has to be a mutant because they brought him back.
But they can bring everybody back. We found it out when they brought Captain America back to life.
Because he's a mutant. His body been mutated.
What I want to know is how did Captain America give it brought back to life with his shield? Because remember, he like busts out of the egg and he has the shield.
Wolverine comes back with adamantium.
He doesn't come back with adamantium. They've shown that.
Yeah, that's why.
Forge has a whole like thing of it, and after he comes back, he has to go to Forge, and he has to go through that whole process again of getting the adamantium put back in his body.
They put his shield in there with the DNA. He held the shield so long, the DNA's in the shield.
Yeah.
His body's now just part vibranium.
Speaking of that, he's the Captain America from the Ultimate Universe.
He is?
Because remember the one that's from the 616, he's evil.
I
just know he got old.
Yeah, remember he's evil. Remember he became the Hydra agent.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah.
Then the little cute person brought back the Ultimate Captain America.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't really act like the Ultimate one because the Ultimate Captain America was more like the Marine, like modern day Marine guy.
But it's at least it used to be the MCU was more based on the Ultimate Universe than
Well, you know that since Samuel L. Jackson was Nick Fury.
But there's like scenes from like the early movies that were like right from the
comics,
the Ultimate comics. So like when that scene when Captain America jumps out of the plane without the parachute or anything, and he falls onto his shield, that's like right from the Ultimates.
Yeah, that's how they wanted to explain the X-Men that Wolverine's gonna be the first mutant, but that's thrown out the window now.
Yeah. Well, so I guess the first mutant is Miss Marvel. So they got to change her. Yeah, but in being, revealed in the MCU. So is she going to be Miss Mutant now? Is that?
Well, she wasn't. Well, I don't know. It depends what they do with the Inhumans. You know, they still can like. It's I don't know. It's still certain plot points they need to be around for.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I always thought that Agents of Shield did good with the Inhumans.
Yeah, until they got their own show.
Yeah, till they got their own show, and then like we got to see the royalty, and it was just terrible.
Like they do it, if they do it correctly, you have Wakanda having their own little universe, TV show series. You got Namor, wherever the hell he's from, own thing. Then you have Latveria. You have all that's going on. Then you have the Inhumans, their little thing going on. That's like 4 different spin-off things that can keep going forever with the whole little thing going on. Like how they do with Star Wars. The different kind of places. They can do the same thing with them. And they all tie into each other. Like Ironheart, she can go to Latveria because she's like the queen of Latveria, you know.
Yeah.
Namor, you know, he's wherever he's from, and he can still go to like.
Yeah, because it's not Atlantis; it's some other.
Yeah. I think that was a weird retcon, but you know.
Told me now that my computer is dead.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, Joey, you froze, and then I heard you talking behind me. His computer died. He has to plug it in.
But yeah, that's a weird retcon they did because.
What?
It just told me now that when it died that it was low on battery. It could have told me like 5 minutes ago.
All right, he's coming back. But yeah, they like to retcon weird things, things that don't need to be retconned.
Because if that's the case, why they bringing Hercules in there when isn't he a DC character too?
Yeah, but see, like Atlantis isn't owned by either thing. Atlantis is like, you know, what is that called? It's something that's. If I wanted to write a story about Atlantis, I can call it Atlantis. You know, it's like not.
But Hercules is also in DC universe though. That's what I'm saying, because that's where Shazam get his strength from.
Oh yeah, but he's the actual Greek god Hercules, where Hercules in the comic books he's the Greek god of Hercules, just like Thor is the. You know what I mean? He's not really not Thor. He's an alien from it.
So is Wonder Woman still the daughter of Zeus in the DC universe?
Is she the daughter of Zeus? I think so, because they've done other stuff with Zeus, and then Ares. Because Ares is her brother. Did you freeze too? Oh, I thought you froze.
No, I thought you froze.
I was like, am I going to be by myself?
I thought you froze. But yeah, I don't know. They pick and choose like when a retcon, I guess.
Yeah. DC's.
What I'm not looking forward to is the Wonder Man. I'm not looking forward to that.
All right, there we go.
They're also.
I was into it with the premise as being like a comedy type thing, but now when they're having the Vision show and his show, yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
because they're doing the Vision Quest show, and everyone's like saying they're gonna like kind of cross over, because with Vision being like the White Vision now and is sort of like free of the whole Tony Stark stuff.
So, but see, Wonder Man is gonna be just like She-Hulk, but a guy.
Yeah.
And then Vision is gonna be like just like the Winter Soldier show, and I don't see how it's gonna match up. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
And Wonder Man died, so
until Wonder Man dies and he becomes Vision. Because that's the other thing I don't think people realize, especially who aren't comic book fans. When, you know, they always see Wanda and Vision, but in the comic book, she didn't fall in love with Vision until Wonder Man was in the Vision. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because she was in love with Wonder Man, so that's why she loves Vision, because it's his essence, I guess, or brain that's in Vision. However that works, I still haven't figured it out.
So
just download them.
Are they Wonder Man kids or Vision kids?
Actually, the kids aren't nobody's kids, because they were they were made by Mephisto. But then they never really told you where they came about. Like now, the ones that are like in Young Avengers, and like they just appeared, like they're just back, and it's like, where are they from? Are they Quicksilver's kids? Because that one looks a lot like Quicksilver.
Well,
yeah, that's always funny too, because when they retcon that they're not Magneto's kids, I'm like, then why does Quicksilver look like Magneto?
and then how were they even made then at that point? Like,
wasn't the High Evolutionary? Or no?
The High Evolutionary is the one who gave them their power, so they're not really.
Yeah, he probably said, "Yeah, I'm gonna give him a sprinkle of white hair,"
I'm gonna make him look like a Magneto
too.
Yeah, he's a Targaryen. Well, see, then it fits better because of the whole incest thing with the Targaryens. So maybe the kids are hers.
So I haven't paid attention to it though. But how do they act towards Polaris?
What do you mean?
Because Polaris would be.
Oh, Polaris is their older sister, so they treat her like.
But they're not brothers no more. So now
I know, but they still unless if you read the Trial of Magneto when they bring back Scarlet Witch, and her thing was so long ago, it was before the whole House of M thing, and Magneto tells her like that she'll always be his daughter. So it was kind of like they retconned the retcon that even though they're not genetically family, they're still
family. I think they should have just left it as that.
Well,
Magneto
the reason why they didn't, why Marvel changed it, was because X-Men was on Fox, and Marvel was in the MCU, and they wanted to make Avengers with Scarlet Witch, and if they were mutants, that means Fox had the rights to them, so they changed them in the comic book to not be mutants, so that way Disney would have the rights to use them.
And boom, Age of Ultron happened.
Yeah.
But it's funny, with every cartoon that came out, they still was mutants though.
Yeah, everything they've been, except for in the comic books when they retconned that.
Because the little Avengers Assemble and all that, they're still mutants.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But...
Especially in my kids watch the Superhero Squad. They're definitely mutants in there.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to when the new X-Men 97 comes out. That cartoon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I forgot about
continuation.
But continue it where though? Because it ended on a cliffhanger.
I don't know how they're. I mean, it's just going to be like 5 years after. I don't know what year that show ended. The 92 show.
97.
Did it end in 97? So maybe they're picking up right where the show left off.
I don't think they will do that. Most shows that take up after like a while, they'll like here's a time skip and we'll eventually.
But it's not going to be. That's why it's called X-Men 97.
They have to do something though, because some of the things in happen in the show, like the whole like Teen Titans thing with the Red X. They can't keep the Teen Titans with Red X because it's Red Hood now. So in that show, certain things like that happen too. So like the whole morph thing, yeah.
A character that was made for the cartoon
is actually an X-Men now, so he's in the cartoon. Like they gotta flip it
around. But
he's
still not a mutant.
I mean, he's not freaking mindless assassin like in the cartoon.
Oh yeah, but I mean, he's not.
And the X-Force is totally different now.
Well, so if we go back to 97 and figure out what
X-Force or X-Factor in the cartoon? When they fought each other that time?
X-Factor. Because it was Alex and that's when they found out their powers didn't work on each other. Yeah, that's how they found out they were brothers on the cartoon. Because their powers didn't affect each other.
Whoa.
But I think we should start talking about the comics we read this week since we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes.
All right.
And we haven't
still haven't gone to it.
But we'll start with you, Specs. Joey didn't read any of them yet, so it'll just probably be me since Jonathan didn't show up.
Good thing Jonathan's not here because I didn't read one of my books because I thought the book he picked was a book I was going to pick. I accidentally read it anyway.
What, Batman and Joker?
No,
Deadpool.
Pay.
Oh, that was your book.
Huh. Well, I read Hell to Pay. I read all 3 hour books and one more book. I can't remember.
Did you read the Vampirella one?
No, I got halfway through it. Then I had to turn the computer up.
And then you had Gotham Year One.
And I couldn't get into that one.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I couldn't. I thought it was gonna be something good, and it just, I don't know. It didn't appeal to me. Maybe I had to read the first one, but I thought it was gonna be like the same thing as the Villain Year ones that be coming out.
Yeah,
like that Riddler one from last week. That was good.
Yeah, that one is actually written by Paul Dano.
Yeah,
the guy who played the Riddler on the Batman.
Yeah, so that was good. But Hell to Pay. Reading it, it felt like a good one shot. Like that could have been like a 100-page book or something like that, and good story that way. But the cliffhanger at the end that was staying the series past that one issue was pretty dope. So it got you thinking, now what? But the writing, I didn't like the writing on there. Whoever the writer is, maybe older or something. It just, the terminology or how it was, it just seemed weird. Like,
of course, my computer's not going to
like
cooperate.
The guy was like, oh, you thought I'll let you do that to the love of my life? Blah, blah, blah. It just seems so like corny, or I can't think of the word. It just didn't. It feel like something like the Adam West Batman would say or something. It didn't feel right. Like it's supposed to be like this dark action kind of suspense story, and it seems this corny thing that during a serious moment of the thing, it threw me off a lot with, especially that character. I don't know, maybe that's that guy's personality, but
that was Charles Soule is the writer of that. Will Slinney is the artist, and Rachel Rosenberg, who colors everything at Marvel, is the colorist.
But yeah, other than that, the story was good. Like, they was apparently they're, I don't know, call them bounty hunters or treasure seekers, but when they was teenagers, they got in a bad accident or something happened, and they got in contact with this guy. And he said, "Let's make a deal." So he fixed all their body parts or whatever to go hunt for these coins that escaped from hell, and it's those 666 coins that escaped. But X amount of them has been used, so it's only like 300 and something left in circulation. And they've been looking for them for 15 years, if my math was straight. I think they've been looking for 15 years, and they're on the last 2 or 3. And the last one at this guy's house. And when they find it, they find two of them instead of one. So that means somebody was lying, or there's more coins, and now their contracts may be extended, or they're not sure what's going on. That's when the book ends. And my theory is, they should never tell that guy they found more than one coin, so they got their deal. But on top of that, I think more coins are being set loose into the world. That's why they found more than one. So they just knew that one that happened 500 years ago, but now it's more. So I think it's gonna be a bigger mystery, but I think they'll get themselves more trouble by telling the guy they found 2 coins instead of 1. Did you read it, JW?
No, I didn't read that. I've read my 3 books and the group books.
All right. What else I read? I read maybe I have another book in there. Was
Jonathan's 3 books were Batman and Joker, Picard, and then Deadpool #1.
Yeah, probably the second book I read was that Gotham book, and I didn't like. Yeah, the Gotham book was just was not, like I said, not what I expected. Like the Riddler book was so good. Like I want to read Two-Face Year One and all the rest of the villain Year Ones now because of that. It was just great setup, artwork, and visually everything was good about it. Was it a Black Label book?
Yeah, I think those are like those. I think so, because that one's different. That's not those other ones like One Bad Day books that they've been doing. The Riddler one is a different, completely different thing, and it's from, like I said, it's Paul Dano, and it's like the origin of the Riddler from the Batman.
Oh, so it's Riddler from the Batman, not the Riddler. Oh,
yeah. So
if that's the case, so the Batman was 2 years, so Batman only been around 1 year. So I don't know. That's a plot hole in the book. That means they put a plot hole in the book then. Because
I don't know when,
because he was still like fully Batman cowed out when he seen him. He had all like the savage looking outfit on. He was like Batman 89 when you seen him.
Just in black latex.
Because he flew. He was a grapple hook to lead, and I don't think the Batman had a grapple hook in the recent one.
I don't. They just maybe not shown him using it.
I mean, he should have used it. A couple of these things that happened in the movie, especially when he jumped off the GCPD building. He definitely.
Have you seen that movie yet, Joe?
What, the Batman movie?
The Batman.
No, I have not.
Where Tim Drake plays a Joker thug in that one.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
And that scene was so like lackluster too. So like, they didn't have to announce that. Like, oh
yeah, like
it'd been better if he was the guy who got like beat to death, like the black guy.
You weren't on last week, so I didn't get to talk to you about that too. The Titans, the new season of Titans started last week on HBO Max.
I haven't started yet. I mean, I haven't started yet, but I want to get into it, but I don't know, man. Last season kind of iffy. Just the promotional artwork. I see Tim Drake not in Robin outfit.
He's still not Robin. There's a great scene in this one. I think it's in episode 2 where they go to Star Labs, and Star Labs gives him that
staff.
The staff, you hit the button, and he's like, and then Dick says something about training him and something. He goes, "Does this mean I get to be Robin?" He goes, "No."
So is Batman dead? I can't remember.
They just had at the beginning. They're leaving Gotham and they're going to Metropolis so Superboy can meet Superman. But then Superman has to go save some planet, so he doesn't get to meet Superman. Instead, he meets Lex Luthor.
And then still his daddy.
Yeah. And then you think they set it up like Lex Luthor is going to be the big bad that season, and at the end of the episode, you find out he's not.
So, are they going like the Teen Titans cartoon route with Jinx, or what are they doing with that?
Well, they brought Jinx in this episode this week.
She had the hair for one scene.
When she first came out of jail, she had the Jinx hair from Teen Titans Go.
And Teen Titans, the original show.
Yeah, but then after that, she just had like normal hair.
She just had her hair stripped down normally.
Have you seen it in her powers yet?
Yeah.
Just like a little bit of the magic stuff, yeah.
So is it like
that? Teleportation and stuff like that.
Is it like the animated universe, or is it like the Flash?
I'm trying to remember how she was in the Flash.
I think it's a mixture of both, because she has some powers that I don't think she used in the animated series. Like, because she has like teleportation and stuff, which I've never seen her use in like Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, she turned into like a tornado.
Yeah, and teleport, like disappeared. So I feel like it would be a kind of a mixture, but we didn't see very much of her powers. We just seen her use a few things, and that was it.
Because she was like introduced in that episode, and she's going to help them try to get Raven's powers back.
So it was Jinx, and who's the other big bad? I forgot.
Oh, Brother Blood and Mother Mayhem are the two. Like that's the.
And they brought the one thing from the animated series that the animated Teen Titans that Dad was talking about. They brought the thing that was never introduced in the comics. Anywhere else besides the original Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. Whenever Raven says "Azareth Menthro Zinthos," they brought that into Titans now.
They finally, but she doesn't say it. The bad guys do.
Yeah,
it's like a chant to the whatever demon.
Yeah, make the power. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they say it was never her power, but she was born with it because it was her father's power that she got. So how is it not her power?
Because they feel she's not a demon. She stole it from a demon. From her father.
You can hear the neighbor's dog barking through my mic.
I can hear it too. But anyways, so the books I read this week, before we get to the group books, the first book I read was Sword of Azrael, number 4 out of 6. In this issue, Azrael faces off with the first Azrael, who is the Order of Saint Dumas. The Order of Saint Dumas created him. He's like this giant creature that lives in a volcano. They believed that he was an angel from God, and he believed he's an angel of God. And obviously, Azrael thought that's what he was. And you find out in this that he's actually not. That Saint Dumas just was not a good person, and he, this is not. But anyways, this angel thing lives by eating the hearts of innocent people. So in the story, there's all these people that go missing from this town, and that's why John Paul Valley and Azrael finally work together to go figure this out. And but when Azrael finds out that everything he believed about himself, like, I'm talking about the spirit Azrael that's in John Paul Valley, when he finds out that all this stuff that he's not from God, he like gets scared and he won't come out. So John Paul Valley has to fight this giant creature by himself as John Paul
normal
Valley.
Dude. This is a normal dude who has no power.
And the creature is called Satan because he's the fallen angel. He's supposedly. So we have 2 more issues of this left. I don't know where it's going. It's I was kind of hoping when I seen this series was coming out, it was going to be more along the lines of the original Sword of Azrael. But it's a lot more supernatural and kind of him converting from the Order of St. Dumas to being a Christian. It's kind of like where it goes with that.
So does this book just dismiss what's going on in the DC universe with the whole Dark Crisis?
Yeah, it doesn't touch any of that stuff because he's not even in America. He's like wherever, France or something. I don't even know where he's at. The next book I read was Earth Divers number 2. This is a story of these 4 indigenous outcasts. They survived this apocalypse, and they decide by reading history books and stuff that it was Christopher Columbus's fault that the world ends because he comes to America and brings English people to America, and then all the stuff, everything goes bad. So they have an idea to send somebody back in time to kill Christopher Columbus. And it's like a one-way trip. So they'll never know they don't know if he did anything yet. So they're like trying to get to the school to find a history book to see if he changed history at all. So there's the last scene. There's something that the guy Tad, whatever his name is, did something while he was on one of Christopher Columbus's ships that has affected the future, like in 2112, where this is taking place, and it's just in the last pages of it, so you don't know. This is from IDW, since IDW's lost like all of its, like G.I. Joe, Transformers, all the Hasbro stuff. They've started to go on their own thing where they're actually putting out their own books now instead of licensed stuff. They still have TMNT though, and Star Trek and stuff, but Earth Divers too. It's pretty neat because it's like.
Did they have Sonic?
Oh, I don't. They might. I mean, I just know they lost like all the Hasbro stuff. So G.I. Joe, Transformers, My Little Pony. Eventually, she's leaving. So. And the other book that I read was Tiger Division #1.
Yeah,
Marvel.
I was reading some of that, but I stopped and I forgot to go back to it.
Well, this is about the defenders of South Korea. They're like the South Korean Avengers, and this is in the real, like the Marvel 616 universe. And so in this issue, we kind of just meet all the people on the team. So there's not much going on. It's kind of like just an introduction to them all. But this team was actually introduced last year in Taskmaster #3. So if you read that Taskmaster miniseries, they're introduced in that. And that's finally this book came out. It's from the cover, I thought it was going to be one of those, because Marvel had been doing those anime manga style superhero books.
Yeah, like Deadpool Samurai.
Well, not even that. They did like they've been doing the
Demon
Ultraman,
Days?
the Ultraman comics, not Demon Days. It ain't what I was thinking, but they've been doing Ultraman. There was a couple of years ago they did this one about this ninja kid. He had like the sword. I don't even remember what it's called.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I got that. I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all like kind of manga drawn, like the American styled anime stuff. So I thought that's what this one was going to be.
No.
And I looked, I was like, oh my God, it's like Western comics drawn. So I like that. I'll probably keep reading that just to see what's going on with it and how they're
a lot of people talk good about it too.
Yeah, it seemed good. Like you don't hit a lot of story in it yet. Like Black Cat is like not in this book, but she's been like in with these characters before. And their leader, White Wolf or White Fox, she's had some connections with Black Cat.
Is there any Korean superheroes?
It was in that Taskmaster.
No, I mean like in Marvel, or is it any Korean superheroes?
These guys.
I know who they are.
No, I don't know if there is any besides that.
I said maybe it's gonna be a crossover with that character, but if it's none, like we know off top, never mind.
Yeah.
Cause everybody else I know is either we Indian or I guess Indian, whatever it is, Indian or Chinese.
Hindu.
Yeah, Hindi or Chinese.
Chinese, yeah.
Like I don't think there's a Japanese superhero.
Oh yeah. What's his name? From the X-Men. The fire guy.
Yeah,
Sunfire.
He's not Solo though. And he just came back alive.
And Silver Samurai.
But he's not a hero.
Well, he is in the X-Men now. He's not a villain anymore.
I
haven't heard about him in a while.
Omega Ray's there too, so I mean, what you think?
But Omega, yeah, I mean, but he's not a villain either. Like he was just mad at them because they.
He just ate all them people, and he was like.
But he's also a member of the new team that they just did with Bishop.
He's on X-Force.
Is he? Is that the team he's on?
Yeah, he replaced Wolverine.
No, because Wolverine's still in X-Force, because him and Deadpool are in X-Force. There's this other team, and it looks like a bunch of like not misfits, but like you wouldn't think of them as an X team.
Well, and
Bishop's leading it.
In Bishop's new book, that's a team from the future.
Which one is that?
I don't. It hasn't been released yet, but yeah, he has a school in the future. Let me see what it is. John.
But
Google works so well.
Till you need it.
The Silver Samurai, wasn't he originally part of the original Marvel when they wrote the Big Hero 6? Because later on it became whatever it is
Well,
now.
yeah, because a lot of people didn't even realize that Big Hero 6 was a Marvel comic book before
Yeah.
it was the Disney cartoon.
Baymax was in it, and so was Hero, but they were different. Like Baymax was this big butler dude who transformed into a dragon, and
Yeah.
Hero was like a not. I don't think he was a kid. I think he was just like a shorter dude who like was an inventor and stuff. Like there was like a lot of stuff because that's when the Silver Samurai was really introduced, and then in I think it was not Wolverine Origins. That one Wolverine movie where he goes to Japan. I think.
Oh,
Let
me look real quick.
But yeah, the team you was talking about is apparently an all black team. They call War College.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, Mega Red, he's on X Force.
No, so maybe that's
Yeah.
that one.
Because the deleted scene, that's where you get to see the
the Wolverine. The Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah. Deleted scene, you get to see the costume for the first time, and then it never gets worn because they had to end the contract, so Hugh Jackman wanted to make Logan. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's when the last time out of recently we've seen the Silver Samurai, because that's who that was supposed to be.
Yeah, but they did it weird because it wasn't quite right.
He wore whole animanium armor with and he wanted to steal Wolverine's powers to stay young.
Yeah, but in the comics, it's actually that guy's son, and what was Yumiko's brother? I can never remember all those Japanese girls' names because they're all like something at Ko.
Yeah. It's always hard to remember names.
They haven't updated the wiki yet on Omega Red, but he's pretty sure he's on the X Force.
There we go.
It's him, Deadpool, and Surge, Beast, and
yeah. But then our 3 group books this week, we got to finish two stories out. So the first one was That Texas Blood, number 19 from Image, and it was the finale of The Snow Falls Endlessly in Wonderland. So in this way it's a lot about the, what was it called? The RQK, the Red Queen Killer. And in this issue, Lou, the girl, the woman, she's like trying to escape from the killer who had crashed her car with his big rig, and the sheriff is trying to get to her, and all the time, all through this, it's like a blizzard in Texas. I don't know why there's a giant blizzard in Texas, but there we go.
I never thought about that. I never thought about it was snow in Texas. It never hit me.
Oh, as of recently, every December, Texas has been frozen over. So.
Yeah, but this is a huge like blizzard in Texas.
Yeah, the homes are covered.
Yeah, like it's like feet of snow.
Yeah,
to me, I kept thinking it was like up north somewhere.
Yeah, Wyoming or something.
Yeah, and then I'm like, wait, no, this is Texas.
Oh, it went straight over my head, like.
So Specs, did you get to read this one?
I did.
You're probably glad that we're done with this story.
Yeah, it was. And the ending, I mean,
it was very anticlimactic.
Yes, I wanted something more like a haha or a heel turn or
yeah.
Something.
We never learned who the killer was. Like we never saw him without the mask.
I even read the little script and phone call conversation just to see if I found something. Yeah. But this is the only issue they didn't have the little newspapers at the end of it.
Yeah, they had the phone interview where the newspaper guy was trying to call her and she hung up on him for being a dick.
You
Yeah,
think
so
could have been his partner?
I don't think. I think it was just, you know how that is. Like these little places, these news things would try to. I mean, I worked at a convenience store and got robbed on the night shift. I went home, and Channel 11 News, which is a Pittsburgh news, Joe probably knows Channel 11 News. They called me while I was sleeping because I worked night shift. I was sleeping, and they called me to come to the store for an interview about being robbed. I was like, dude, I'm in bed. Like, I work the night shift. You don't understand that?
Wow.
So I
But
got to be on
yeah,
the news.
like we've been saying every month about this. Maybe we're missing something in the previous volume or something. It just
I don't know, because they jump through like different time periods and stuff with these stories. They're not like each storyline is like they're not
but it's the same
really.
town though.
Yeah, the same. Well, the same county, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Cause we really didn't get to find out what's significant about the first person who died. And
Yeah, just in the last in in issue 18, we finally see that whole scene play out though, like where his brother comes to shoot him. He's dressed as a Civil War reenactor. Yeah. So that's what we got from that. The other,
I mean, this was kind of better. I don't know, man. Both books ended kind of,
yeah. So then the next book that we finished off was Dogs of London, number 5. That's from Aftershock. This was the finale. We see Frank, the old gangster, put together a team of old gangsters to fight the resurrected dogs. And then Frank finds out why Donnie killed Audrey when they were younger. That was Frank's girlfriend, if you remember from an earlier issue, and Donnie like chops her up almost, like just cuts her all up. So the little thing I got from this when I was looking it up, it says there is the romance of young love, a dark old family secret, a battle between a lot of old men who should know better, and an unexpected dedication of love. It took me a while to figure all these out. I was like, wait, okay, that's that. And the last one, it took me, I was like, wait, what is, and then it dawned on me what that was. So, again, this didn't have like a huge, like, it's like, oh, okay, we just killed them all and burned them.
Yeah, it started out good. It missed something in the middle that ended okay. I just feel like the editor was like, yeah, let's wrap this up. The
part that I didn't understand is why did we have to have that part where he meets Audrey? Like, that didn't explain anything. Except for that.
It explained the tear. Why he had
it
tears.
Was just like. So it just, like, shows us that, like, that he should have known not to be with her because.
They could have set that page in a little dialogue box, and then gave us a fight scene with the old guy shooting the boys. We could have got that instead. Yeah. We missed that whole little.
But no, we get one of the boys saying, like, telling him he loved him and he was jealous of her, and that's why he killed her.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
we got to work in that angle, like the scorned lover.
Yes, we got the James Bond villain, reason. Yeah, cool. But like that fight scene should have been bad. It should have been a whole lot of like.
Yeah, everything happened off scene, like off camera.
It should have been a whole lot. Them getting ready to shoot himself in the head, then they hitting each other, stopping them. Like it just should have been a whole bunch like fumbling around type thing.
That one scene was pretty good when they made the guy blow his own head off, and he to see his head explode.
I mean, what another one that was good to me was when they were shooting at him, and he was like, "Yeah, it seemed like the eyesight has been going a little bit."
Yeah, because they were just going everywhere. They had automatic weapons and couldn't hit anybody. Everyone's like, "Good, get down."
and the guy's like, "Jesus."
Yeah. So
then their boys died pretty easily. Like one got shot. All right.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, one got shot. One got hit by a car.
Yeah, and then he shot the other one with that shotgun, like blew his guts out.
Yeah, and I like all this supernatural stuff he was doing, arrested issues, and they get taken out in 2 pages.
Yeah, it's like if the guns took them out, how did the fire not take them out in the first issue?
Or why would the fire work in the last page? Like why light them on fire and keep them dead?
Yeah,
they
covered them with paraffin. Isn't that wax?
No, they found it with stuff that was laying around in the little shipyard.
Because they said they got paraffin. They went to the hardware store and bought a bunch of paraffin.
I thought they said they found the stuff in the shipyard.
No.
I might have missed something there. I thought that was like we found whatever we could.
So it's like the only paraffin I know, unless someone knows more than me, but I just think of paraffin as wax.
I mean, they are old, so I mean,
so I don't know.
It'll burn like it'll do its job, but it just takes so long. Like it would work. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go see what it said in the last page. But I thought they said they found what they could in the shipyard and use that. But let me see.
Oh, that's an indie book. Dogs.
Well, if they use wax, and it just makes the ending so much worse. They could at least like put like raw meat on them, and they got some dogs to eat them, and they ties the whole thing together.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, see,
from the local hardware store.
Yeah. We want to make sure they stayed dead this time, so Patsy and I scrambled together a half a dozen cans of paraffin from the local hardware store. What?
And then the last page is a waste of page 2. When he said he went back to that place to see where they grew up at.
And it's like
that was a waste of page 2.
It just shows them in happier times playing together.
They didn't show him pulling out both of them shotguns from his holsters
jacket. He only pulled out one, right? And they blew that guy away.
Yeah, he had one the whole time. Basically, he didn't get a chance to reload anything. He just used. He just shot it twice. Like the shot that was supposed to blow his head off, and the shot through his gut, and that was it.
Yeah. But that one's done. And then the last book we had this week was Predator number 4. It just seems like 2 weeks ago we had Predator number 3. And now we're at Predator number 4 from Marvel. And in this issue, Theta, who is the girl who is a predator hunter killer, she's killed coming into this issue 23 predators. But she has to fight 2 predators in this issue as she continues to search for the one who killed her family. Not much happens in this one except for she only really ever fights one because she kills the one in the ship. She blows up its ship, so she only fights the one, and she doesn't even kill it. These other people kill it for her, and then they capture her, and that's how this issue ends.
They played up this whole thing about being drunk. You never see.
Yeah, because in the last issue she was drinking the whole time. She took alcohol from that base and she was drinking it. So I don't know how old this girl is, but she doesn't look like she's old enough to drink, but that's just me.
Or wear all that armor.
Yeah. But so I think we only have 2 more issues left of this. I think it's a 6th issue.
Do you think it's going anywhere?
I don't know. I hope so, because it started out really good, and I like the premise of it, of her hunting these predators instead of them hunting her. But it's now you bring in the people who the predators were tracking, so they could like find her.
So I think maybe next issue be the prison issue or the jail issue. Then the 6th one is when that one predator comes and attacks the base, and they got to join forces with the girl to defeat the predator or something like that.
Yeah. Who knows?
Basic trope, you know.
Yeah. But so that was all the books for this week. I really wanted to hear about the Batman Joker Deadly Duo, so I'll have to read that one.
It's my pull list. I just haven't read it, but I don't know, man. Joker's dead, ain't he?
I don't know. I have to read this one and see what's Mark Silvestri.
He's dead, bro, isn't he?
I don't know. Like I don't know. Like you can never tell. You know, DC just does what it wants.
That's why Punchline is there now, right? Because Joker's dead.
But they're both in this. I've seen the picture of him with Punchline. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I had to go back and read the Jim Gordon books. Is it Jim Gordon or Joker? The Joker books to see what happened, because whatever happened, that's why Punchline got her own solo series now.
Who knows? Punchline is just the new, like they made Harley Quinn a good person, so they needed to make a new evil person for Joker. She's just the new Harley.
I'm trying to collect every book she has appeared in, so when she pop up in the movie, you know, I can sell those books. I'm missing so far. I'm missing the Joker books, some of the Joker books, and the initial 175, Batman 175. I don't have that one.
Is that the one she first appears in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that one because I remember them talking about like that was going to be the first issue. And that's during that
Joker Wars. No,
Joker Wars.
Yeah.
Joker Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's when they trick Nightwing, when Nightwing's kind of crazy and he gets what is that word? Hypnotized kind of by the Joker with that thing, and Joker tells him that like he's the one who saved him and all the stuff that
Yeah, I have that book where Joker turns Nightwing basically to his side.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
They made that figure of Nightwing with the Joker face on.
Yeah.
But the only book that I know for sure that came out this past week that I'm going to be reading for next week is the new Wildcats from DC Comics.
I've seen people have it, but I haven't seen nobody talk good about it. The only thing I said, it says action packed, but so is nonstop Spider-Man. But I didn't finish that.
Yeah. So, and there's another book. I don't know if it came out this week or not. I know it's coming out. It's along the Wildcats thing too. It's Amanda Waller versus Wildstorm.
I didn't see that one.
So I don't think it's. I know it. It was in my same monthly pools. Like when I ordered Wildcats, I also ordered that. So
let's see. When will our pull list come? What's today? Friday? So 2 days.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it through my email so far.
Yeah, mine gets shipped out. I get mine once a month. It gets shipped out next week, usually around the 14th or 15th. Well, it'll be shipped after that Wednesday, so it'll probably ship the 17th, and then I'll get it a couple days after. So, anywho, so I'm going to check the news one last time before we go, make sure nothing important has happened. Okay, how Black Panther Wakanda Forever sets up Marvel's Thunderbolts. Whatever. I don't see anything else. So, anywho, we still got under 2 hours. We'll have to dock Jonathan Pay again.
I bet he thought it was Saturday.
I don't want to hear his excuse. He asked if we could move it from Thursday because of his birthday.
He had a good reason this time.
No, he didn't. The one day, I don't know if you were here or not. I might have been off the show, but he missed
Only
because
missed one day. Only missed one day.
he missed that one because it was his mother's birthday.
There's been so many excuses. They all just.
I know, but the one was his mom's birthday, and I was like, "Oh, tell your mom I said happy birthday." I said, "Well, how old is she?" And he told me like 63 or something. I was like, 63, and
It's
you're
not my
missing the
decent-
show. And you're missing the show for a 63rd birthday. You had 62 other years to celebrate her birthday.
What's crazy? I'm looking at this week's.
Yeah.
Man, I just missed the issue. Where it go? Crap. Fantastic Four came out. And
The new Fantastic Four issue 1, yeah.
The cover looked like Alex Ross cover, but he did the whole.
It is Alex Ross. Alex Ross did the cover for it.
Okay, then scrolling again. This I Am Batman 15. I don't know whoever put this book out spoiled it, but the pages for this book's been out for like 2-3 weeks.
Which book?
I Am Batman number 15.
Oh, I don't have the DC.
Unless last month issue had the same fight, but him fighting Celestro, the pages of that fight has been out for like 2-3 weeks. So like the book got leaked somehow because he beats the crap out of Celestro with his own Yellow Lantern. Oh, see, this is the book I've been waiting for, the Sabretooth and the Exiles.
Yes.
I've been waiting for that one.
That's this week?
Yeah. With Wildcats, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Sabretooth and the Exiles, yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
And there's a new issue of Marauders, the new issue of Legion X, new Ghost Rider.
Minor Threats. It's a good week.
Yeah. Seems pretty good. I mean, so once I get the rest of the books, right now I have the Marvel and the Image ones. I'm still waiting for the DC ones and the indie books. Once I get those, I will put them there and we can pick. And Joey can actually pick books this week.
Yeah, I will start using this.
A new issue of Spawn came out this week, Joe. If you're caught up to Spawn or not, I don't know.
Not yet. So I have to, because I gotta catch up on King Spawn because I was gonna wait until like they come out in volumes, but it doesn't seem like they're planning on releasing volume 2 anytime soon.
Yeah, so that's the only one of the new Spawn books I haven't been reading is King Spawn. I'm finally all caught up with Spawn, like the main book, and I gotta get caught up on Scorched again because I got a little bit behind on that because when I was reading Gunslinger, I got to a certain point, like issue 10, and it said to go back and read Scorched number 1. So I was like, that was like 10 months ago. Like, you expect someone to like go back and read a book from 10 months ago?
Yeah, that's why you gotta collect comic books. See how they get you.
I'm like, dang it. And I didn't have Scorched 1, so I had to like read it. I had to find it because I have it downloaded, so I had to find it and read that, and then I had a couple.
Like I want to get into the new Spider-Man run, right? And now they got a spinoff with the Golden Glider. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, that Amazing Spider-Man. This week's it's the last of the Hobgoblin series, of the Hobgoblin storyline, and it introduces Golden Glider or Golden Goblin or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I was like, man, so like, let me go read all 13 issues of this and figure out what's going on because
and then
how
there's
many goblins is it now? Got Goblin Queen, Hobgoblin, Red Goblin, Green Goblin,
Goblin.
Yeah. The one, the Scarecrow one, Jackal. Is it Jackal?
Yeah, Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have the new book of just Spider-Man that came out, and that's where the end of the Spider-Verse is taking place in that book.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man has a glider too now.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah. New technology, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. It's called Spider-Man number 2.
Yeah, end of the Spider-Verse.
So is Peter Parker actually in this storyline.
I don't know. Like,
The last two, he has not been in there.
when we were getting ready to start the show, John asked me to find him all the original Spider-Verse books. So I got them and gave him to him because he knew this end of the Spider-Verse was coming out. So he wanted to be caught up. And now, like, when the first, like, the Edge of the Spider-Verse, he didn't read any of those. He didn't ask for those. And now Spider-Man 1 came out. I was like, John, I thought you were, like, excited about this end of the Spider-Verse, and you're not even reading it.
Oh, since we're getting ready to close the show up, what's some good Golden Age comic books?
Golden Age comics?
Because, like, DC has a new Golden Age #1. So,
yeah,
like, what's a good Golden Age comic books, like, to refer back to see if this, like...
Well, that's all. The Golden Age one, and you'll see that it's mainly them reintroducing the GSA, the JSA.
So I got to read old JSA books?
Probably
or I got
not.
to read, like, the campy Batman detective comics? Like, what's...
I don't think you need to read any of that. Like, I don't think it's, like, going to refer back to that much at all.
Because I had this concept, like, what's a real villain? Like, back then, the villain's been like, oh, let me go rob the bank or do something. Now they're like, take over the, like, we're finna kill 100 people and then go to the Tea Party. Like,
yeah.
The villains was different. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And I think that book is spawning out of the
Dark Crisis.
Dark Crisis, yeah. Which still hasn't ended. We still have like 2 more issues of that. Like, I think issue 5 of 6 comes out this week, or came out this week.
So, Star Wars: The High Republic, that's like a volume 2?
I don't know. I haven't read that. Of all the Star Wars, I got a bit behind on my Star Wars books. Because when the whole war of the war about the bounty hunter war came out, and I got like lost, and I was like, oh, I gotta catch up, and it's like 6 months worth of books you gotta read.
Because it seems stupid though for them to, if it is a volume 2, and this is like the High Republic volume 2, issue 2, it seems like they're trying to get stuff out pretty quick before the Acolyte TV show come out.
Yeah. Who knows? I
think it's the same time period almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're doing too much at this point, I guess.
A little too much. But anywho, that was a pretty good show. We'll be back next week. And then we'll be off the week of Thanksgiving. We won't have any shows that week. So, because we'll be all in turkey comas. So, but hopefully John will be back next week, and we can. I know he missed it because it was his birthday, and I told him we were going to sing happy birthday to him. So he probably didn't want that to happen. So he hid.
Mm-hmm.
So if he contacts me and says about the show tomorrow, we should get on and not record it and just have him.
Send him the link anyway.
Yeah. And we'll just like say all kinds of bad stuff about him constantly, and just like.
I swear he just was on the chat too, wasn't he?
Yeah, like earlier, and then he sent me a meme earlier today that I showed you, Joey, the one with William Shatner. Yeah. And like, have you seen that meme, Specs, with William Shatner? And it's like from an episode of Columbo, and he's wearing this blue jumpsuit. And it says William Shatner in his blue jumpsuit from the 70s Columbo looks like a Michael Myers prequel.
Wait, yeah, I think I have seen that.
Because Michael Myers' mask is William Shatner.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. But anywho, next week on the show we will talk about all the spoilery stuff from Black Panther, because I'm not gonna let it go. It'll be a whole week, and if no one's seen it yet, then they're waiting for Disney Plus, and I'm going to spoil it for them anyway.
They're probably still in theater because they sent a double feature.
So we will talk about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever next week. and we'll have some new shows to talk about. And it looks like a good week for books. I know at least we're going to talk about Wildcats because I've been waiting a couple of years for that book. It was actually announced like 2 years ago, and then the pandemic happened. So we'll see. I want to see how they've changed some of my characters because that was like one of my favorite books from the 90s.
Well, it's not the same team.
Well, it is, but it's not. I mean, it's still Grifter. It's still Grifter. It's still
you're talking about
Voodoo.
Wildcats. You're talking about the Exiles.
No,
Oh,
Wildcats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Exiles is the Sabretooth book where all the people they sent to live in the middle of the earth.
Skate with them,
Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. Like, I like my Sabretooth being murdery. So,
he is murdery. If you see,
I mean, like,
if you see right that book, he just kept.
But I mean, like, you know, the whole thing with he goes to fight Wolverine every year on Wolverine's birthday.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the day he killed Silver Fox. So he goes back to give him a birthday present every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of his raping and murdering self. But anyways, that's enough. We've been on for 2 hours. It's 11 p.m. Is it 11 where you are, Specs? I wasn't sure what.
06, 11:06.
Yeah, 11:06. So we're going to sign off for the week. Do you have anything going on, Specs?
Nah, not yet. Got some stuff in the works, but no. Only thing, I got a brand new cover for my issue of my comic book coming out, so I like the artwork on it, so I'll be debuting that pretty soon.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Joey, you have anything going on? How's your game going in there?
Oh, well, I got Batman to level 13.
Okay.
Red Hood's at max level, so
now you got to unlock some more stuff. Nice. I don't have anything going on really, so I'm gonna play some Fortnite, so my nephew will quit bugging me, and have some fun. So everyone, good night. Have a good weekend. Good week. We'll see you back next week. Maybe the same bat time, but obviously the same bat channel. Good night.